Welcome back. This is my week 7 lock update. I'm ultra shiny, I'm sorry. But yeah, if you haven't watched my other videos, of course, please check them out. I try to give good information in those. This week, I'm just going to go straight into my week 7 update, and then we'll talk about bedding and locking, like what's the difference, what does the term mean, because it's, I don't know, I kind of feel like they're used interchangeably. So if you have an easy way of explaining the difference between the term bedding and the term locking, leave them in the comments, like educate us, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, hello new subscribers, how's it going? Welcome, thank you for subscribing. I hope you enjoy being a part of the Sky Squad. Share your lock journey and your lock updates with me, like on Instagram, social media. Just use the hashtag Sky Squad so I can see it. And yeah, so I'm just gonna start with my 7-week update. I'm gonna actually include videos right here, just kind of comparing how it looked how my hair looked right before I walked in to get my retwist, and then how it looked right after. Right before, it looks pretty much just like it did in week 6, maybe slightly a little fuzzier, maybe slightly a little bit more budding on my locks, but pretty much the same deal. And then right after my retwist is what it looks like now. Today, I got my retwist yesterday. Excuse me. So I just want to share with you guys what my loctician told me on the condition of my locks and everything. So I think I made this clear on my last video, my moisturizing routine. You can kind of see it in the background right there. But the African healing oil is a heavy oil, so I just want to reiterate, you do not need to use that every single day. You do not need to be ultra heavy-handed. Maybe twice a week, maybe 3 times. I would just say twice a week if you're super heavy-handed. And my problem is I'm heavy-handed like no other. So that's the only thing she said, was just kind of like, for me personally, maybe I used it a little bit too much. So kind of go easy on it, kind of cut back a little bit on it, just to let you know. She also said that it looks like my hair is going to lock pretty fast, so probably by the next time I go see her, we can do a real official wash. So I'm excited. That's good news. I'm happy about it. Yeah, so of course I always show you an up close visual of my hair, so that's what we're gonna do now. This is what my hair looks like, my parting. That's what my locks are doing. And this time I had my front part retwisted towards the back instead of to the side. My temple is always like that, like baby hairs. I think when she first started, she tried to have like a lock here, but I think it was gonna be too stressed, so she just kind of scooped it. But I kind of like that. But anyways, so this is what the front is looking like, and then the back. As you guys can tell, the new growth I had is visible now, like it's palm rolled in, you know what I mean? They're kind of teenage locks, but I'm not gonna say teenage locks until all of them have hit the budding stage, and my front part didn't hit the budding stage quite yet. Well, actually, I can feel it better now. I can feel budding happening now that it's retwisted. So I had it retwisted towards the back because I felt like it would do better, because all my hair is basically retwisted towards the back. Haven't had any problems. So I can see the length now and everything. Yeah, you can you can still see the budding happening. And yeah, so that's pretty much my 7-week update. You finally see length. I don't know if I'm completely out of the woods yet. I know one of you guys, I think her name is My Raven, and we were talking on my last video, and she's like, I don't know if it's like your scarf or something, but I feel like you didn't hit the ugly stage, which I don't know if I'm gonna miss out on the ugly stage. To me, there's no such thing as ugly stage, but you know what I mean, when your hair is just fully out of control and you're just like, what's going on? I do think my hair did get puffy. I think it did get frizzy, but I don't go a long period of time without retwisting. So in 2 months I had 2 retwists, so I guess it kind of counts as like 1 retwist a month. And the only reason why I had the first one done is because of my whole wash fiasco. I didn't know what I was doing. And that's the only reason why I had a retwist so early then. I probably could have just waited and just had one retwist now, maybe one retwist at the end of month 2, maybe. But I think 2 retwists in 2 months isn't bad. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if my hair, this is pretty much what my hair is going to do, just kind of puff up like this in places. I really don't know. If it's just going to puff up in places, but still not look so cray-cray. I don't know if that's a deal with my retwisting or what. But again, just to clarify, I only use this scarf sometimes. I like letting my locks be free. But this doesn't hurt anything. I think if you're constantly pinning it down, or you constantly have the scarf on, or you're constantly restricting movement, I think that's when you'll have a problem, especially in the budding stage. I think that's when you'll have a problem with it not coming out right. But like I said, I wrap it down now just when I'm getting ready to go to work. So anytime I'm going to bed, I just have a regular bonnet on to let it be free. I just put this on in however long it takes me to get ready to work and take it off when I get there, so it's not on there as long. But it still looks presentable walking in, but as I leave, I don't really care what my locks look like. It is what it is. Yeah, so when my electrician talked to me about budding or locking, I decided, like, what is the real difference? Like, I know this should be so simple for me to understand, but I feel like budding and locking are so closely related or mean the same thing, damn near close. Like, I'm just like, is there a difference? So I'm going to read some things I found on naturalhairbeauty.blogspot.com, and I'm going to read what they say about sprouts and buds. I think I've read this on my last budding one, but basically says sprouting or budding is when that miraculous moment happens, like when your hair is doing something else. Ain't no starter coil no more. You'll notice the little knots that are the size of a pea. The knot is more or less like the nucleus of each knot. Hair has been intertwining. The coils may seem puffy and lose their tightly coiled shape. This is an important process, so you shouldn't really mess with it too much. Just keep the original partings, pretty much. Don't redivide your locks or twist them to death or pat them down, because you'll just end up with badly packed locks. So I guess budding is when you first start to feel that hard pee, and I feel it in this one now. So I think we're starting the bud right there. Now locking, this is when the buds and sprouts truly begin to look like locks. Do these truly begin to, are these looking like locks to you? Of course I still have budding going on, which I don't mind. Duh, they're gonna do that. But do these look like locks to you? I guess so, because now people are recognizing that I no longer have to explain I'm growing locks. Like, they're like, oh, I can see that. So there's that. Few, if any, come out when you shampoo or come out during your sleep. So I guess the next time I go, which would probably be 3 weeks, at least 2 to 3 weeks from now, I'll go back. Like, I will not go back to my electrician earlier than 2 weeks to get a retwist or whatever. I will definitely try to wait at least 3 weeks, hopefully a month. I will try to wait a month. So hopefully none of that will come undone. The peas you saw and felt in the budding stage have expanded, and the hair has spun into a network of intertwining strands that extends throughout the length of individual locks. Okay, so I think my mature one I showed you guys in the last one, I think it was like right here. It just looked like a, I don't know, it just looked expanded and fuzzy all the way down. So I think that's locked. The other ones were just more poofier. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that one was poofy, but it wasn't as poofy as the budding. You know what I mean? They have dropped, which means they develop enough to hang down versus defying gravity. So I guess according to them, it's when they stop sticking up. Like, who did it and what for? And for the most part, on my laid down. But again, I started at a length that wasn't too short anyway. But I did have some that were sticking up, and you guys know I did have some that were stuck up, and just especially in the front, and they did not care. You know what I mean? I think this one is starting, it's in the very beginning. This one has started to bud. I think once they start to bud, I think you're okay to wash, in my opinion. But listen to your locks and do what needs to be done. And basically this is when you start to relax, feel more confident about locking. I do feel more confident, especially after my retwist. I can just see, it's exciting when you see a change. Even if when I first started seeing budding, I was so excited, and then I knew I had new growth, but I couldn't really see that in terms of the length of my locks. Then after my retwist, okay, I see it. So once you keep seeing changes, whether it's budding or locking or expanding or lengthening, it's just an exciting experience. So you do get to get more comfortable with your locking experience. So yeah, I hope that explained the difference between budding and locking. I'm still kind of a little cloudy on the area. So if you have an easier way or more insight on what the real difference is, I think, me personally, budding is signs that your hair is about to lock. And I think your hair lock when it extends the length of the lock. You know what I mean? Or when you untwist your, like if you go the opposite way of what your hair is twist, if it doesn't come undone. / if it snaps right back. You know what I mean? Because if you had a starter coil, it's very easy to uncoil that thing and it may or may not snap back. I think if this, you gotta really try to uncoil, and if it snaps back / doesn't uncoil at all, that's when you're really locking. So we're well on our way, guys. I love the length. I gotta stop playing with my hair, but I love it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, if you have any tips or updates or anything like that, please let me know. Again, I've just been using the water bottle pretty much daily, lightly misting it. I'm gonna go easier on the African oil. If anything, I might not even use that twice a week. I might save that for once a week and just use the spray, the olive oil spray, very lightly daily, just so I'm not overdoing it, because I think I did overdo it. So yeah, I will have an update on washing, just because I've learned so much since my first wash fail. I learned that it depends on the different methods that you start your locks, and a whole list of things. I've had people share personal experience where like, hey, I washed mine like 2 to 3 weeks in, and it helped my locking process faster. So I think I might do a 2-part video, one of me just talking about all the things I learned from you guys and what I've researched later on, and then the second one will be my first real washing experience via my loctician. So I will probably have those in the future, but until then, let me know what subjects you want me to talk about, or if you have a question that I have not answered or that I did answer but you need more explanation on, please leave them in the comments below. And also let me know for month 3, do you want weekly updates? Or do you just kind of want bi-weekly or monthly updates from now on? I don't want anything to come like too redundant or too repetitive, like you've talked about that a million times. That would be boring. So yeah, make sure you like this video if you liked it. I love the comments. I love the love. Thank you. Hello, new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for your support. But yeah, if there's anything I haven't talked about or you want me to talk about more, please leave them in the comments below. And I can't believe next week will be week 8 / my 2-month update. I'm so excited. So yeah, if you have lock journey that you're on, please include me. Use hashtag SKYYSQUAD so I can see your journey on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. But yeah, I love you guys, and until next time, bye.
Okay.